Hello, everyone. Good evening, and welcome back to the very first part of the Pride podcast of 2024. We were just saying it feels like ages since one, the new year, and two, that we've been back. So very, very excited that we're all here. Now, as soon as I went live, I heard bloop bloop, which means Emma's also joining us. Good evening.
Hi.
Hello.
Freya, I just want to do a date check, please. It's 2025.
What I say?
2024.
When you've got a 4-week-old. So if you haven't heard already, I don't really know where I am. So what we're going to talk about this evening, I have got notes prepared, and I'm relying on this lovely panel to keep us right. Because who knows what we're going to end up talking about. But of course, we need to say our hellos first. Sophie, how are you? How's your Christmas?
Good. Happy New Year, everybody.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. All good. Yep. Nice and quick, nice and succinct. Thank you very much. Emily, how are you doing?
I'm good. Yeah. Really good. Cold, but you know,
yeah.
What can you do?
Yeah. All gone icy and frozen recently. The dog, I think I remember when we said it was snowed last time, he was very suspicious of it. This time, couldn't get enough. He was crunching about, going all sorts, nearly had me on my bottom a lot of times. But Gary, how are you?
I'm not too bad, thank you. Happy New Year, everyone.
Yes, Happy New Year. Tracy, lovely to see you. You doing all right?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. I'm here, and that's amazing.
Fantastic.
And Emma, finally, after all the insults you were giving me before we came on, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Nothing eventful's happened today, which is a positive.
Is that why you were taking out on me?
Why not? I'm always nice to you, so I don't know why you like.
I know today you were just like,
Angel.
It's the end. It's the end of the nice. No, I love you really, Emma. It's all good. So thank you for everyone who's watching, listening. We've had a lot of new followers and subscribers recently, which has been fantastic. I think we're nearly up to 70 on YouTube, which is fantastic. So if you haven't liked and subscribed yet, please make sure you do so. And we'll put all that information up at the end as well, if you're not too sure where to look. Now, tonight, I was really hoping we're going to kick it off with some transfer news, but we can't. So what I thought we could do this evening, we have the Villa new anniversary kit. We can talk about that because, Tracy, I know you're diving straight into it. I'm
here for that.
We're going to talk a bit about Villa's social media as well. Sophie, I know you were quite passionate about talking about that. Transfer news, obviously we don't really have any, so we're just going to talk about our hopes and dreams and what could happen in the window. And of course, we've got our match preview, which is why everyone is tuning in, of course, for our 4th round FA Cup match on Sunday. So let's kick off with the anniversary kit, shall we? So if people haven't seen, but you probably have if you listen to this podcast, Villa are celebrating 150 years of the club. And to celebrate that, they've done a couple of things, haven't they? So they've released a new shirt. There's new hoodies and polo shirts, things like that. And of course, there's some little that they've done as well. So Tracy, I know you were in the Villa store earlier. What are your thoughts on this anniversary kit? Do you like it? Tell us all about it for people who may not have seen it.
Love it. It's very sexy. Would you like to see it?
If you've got it, go on then.
I thought about wearing it, but no. It's really lovely. I love it. Can you see it?
I really like the crest.
I really like the crest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it black, Tracy, or is it a really deep, like
Purple?
So I think the material of the body. Actually, having a closer look. So the sleeves are kind of what do you call it? Aerated, perforated.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit darker than a little bit more of a solid black than the actual shirt itself. Yeah, the shirt itself is kind of like a it's black. It's definitely black, but yeah, it's not black. It's not as black as the sleeves, basically.
Okay.
And the side panel as well. Actually, no, that's just stitching. But yeah. Sorry. Is it breaking up because of the lovely background that I've got on?
It's disappearing entirely.
I'm actually impressed. Did you disappear every time you
get
hold it
rid
up?
of the well, do you know what? I wanted to get rid of the flowers on the wallpaper, which is why I chose that lovely background setting. I also bought this lovely scarf.
Which she disappears into oblivion.
Like invisibility.
Oh, do you know what? I'm coming off this filter. Hold on 1 second, because you need to see this.
Okay, well, while we hold on,
Let
we've
me-
even got a 7th person joining
Yeah.
us. Lindsay, you made it.
I did.
Oh,
Sorry,
here's trouble.
Here she is. Yeah, Tracy's just shown us all her merch from earlier, Lindsay, of the new anniversary kit.
Is she going to do a fashion show?
What I was
for us?
trying. What was
Are
that,
we going to
Lynn?
have a fashion show? You're going to do like a parade or a catwalk and show us off on the or bingo club?
Not today. Not today, but you know, never say
Someday.
never. But not today. Someday maybe, yeah. Oh, do you know what, guys? Talk amongst yourselves. Come back to me. I need to work out how to sort this out.
It'll be under settings, it'll be all right. Now, Emily, I know we were chatting earlier, weren't we? And we said we'd love to get the hoodie if it was like a proper like claret rather than a ready claret. So yeah, do you think you'll be getting it after all, Emily?
Let's be honest, I'm really rubbish at not at just staying away. I was like, even when the kits came out this year, I was like, oh no, I don't think I'm gonna. No, don't think so. And then I've caved, and now I've got them. So
It's just the inevitable, isn't it, of doing it?
I mean, I think at the moment they're sold out online. So I've got another couple of weeks till we're back at Villa Park until like to hold
Yeah,
out willpower.
there's absolutely loads. I got to Villa Park today at about 12:30, and yeah, there wasn't a massive. There's quite a few people in the store. There wasn't a massive queue, but they've got loads. They've got boxes and boxes and boxes of the kit. Sorry, so there you go. So yeah, beautiful badge. It's a shame that we haven't got the vintage Adidas logo. That would have been nice. I've heard people mention as well that possibly it would have been nice to have the badge central, which is what it was like on the original black kit. That might have been. Yeah, so can you see it's slightly aerated on the sleeve? Yeah. It's just because of the material difference. And it's got that nice little, wrong side. There you go.
So it's like a wine colour, isn't it? Like a dark, like in this light anyway, because that trim is very, very black, isn't it?
It is very, very black. I don't think it's it's supposed to be a wine colour. It is supposed to be black, I think. But yeah, it's just the difference in the material, I think, really. But it's nice. I haven't tried it on yet, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah, and then I was showing you this scarf.
That's the one. There we go.
There's a scarf.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's got that on there. Aston Villa 150 all across the front.
Nice.
And then on the other side, it's
Gryffindor.
got 150 years. 150 years. Weren't bad. £15. And then I saw this and I was like, I like this. Basically, they've got other bits of merch.
I think I'm probably going to
So I got
cave
the
on that
hoodie.
one.
Really comfy.
Yeah,
That's
really
nice.
nice.
Really nice on the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's no mention of Aston Villa anywhere, but you don't really need it because you've got that. So
Is it nice and soft on the
yeah.
inside?
Oh, I don't know. Let's have a look.
I love that it's like an unboxing video now. I like it.
Yeah, it's nice. It's lovely. Lovely and
Perfect.
felty. Really lovely.
Right.
Yeah, so that was my little shopping trip.
I love it. Yeah, I think we'll all get ourselves down to the store at this point. And Tracy, actually, while you're on, do you want to talk to everyone about the little plaque that the fan club have got?
Oh, yeah. So basically, it was basically something. I was given the idea by somebody else. So obviously, a lot of you know that I'm moving to Cornwall in well, hopefully end of March, April. And so we're kind of following the Cornwall Lions, one of the villa groups that are down there, and they've just had one done. And I was like, oh, that sounds like a good idea. Why is it we get one done? So yes, I put it to the fan club committee. We all chipped in. It was £80, and we've got our very own AVW fan club plaque now. Well, tile that's going to be put on. I think it's the end of March. I think they're doing it. I might have got that wrong. It might be June. But yeah, at some point this year, we'll be there up on the wall, on the legacy wall, which I thought was a really nice idea.
Yeah, a really nice kind of moment to celebrate the fan club and then celebrate that in its part of history as well, which I quite liked.
Yeah, and you know what? I think that the more that we can get the women's team name up there on that legacy wall, because we are part of the history. We've been part of the history for 50 years, and we would have been part of the history for a lot longer if the men hadn't have banned women's football. So yeah, you know, we should be up there, and yeah, so that's really good news.
Exactly, yeah, perfect. And for anyone that is interested in those plaques, they're on the Villa website of varying sizes and premiums and platinums and all sorts. But yes, they are available to go on that legacy wall, as Tracy said. So yeah, we can't wait to see that up. Fantastic. Has anyone else got any thoughts on the anniversary kits? Positives, negatives? Anyone?
I did. Go on.
I was going to say, I did notice that you could only, on the customization thing, you can only put a number on, because I guess that's how the kits used to be. It's number only, there's no name.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
You know that?
I've seen someone's got the numbering on, and it is very like, it's not like the lettering on, it's quite like big and blocky. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like it would have been in like,
yeah,
it looks more traditional than what like it's currently.
Yeah.
What I thought was nice as well was that Trade Nation and
Bentano.
who is it that sponsors us? Bentano agreed to not have their names on there, so it would look more like the original kit, which I thought was good, because obviously they're contracted to be on every shirt. So that was a nice touch as well.
Yeah, I like that. Lindsay, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, for anybody that missed out on buying the kit online that can't get to the store, they are doing a restock, but they're not sure when it's going to be, but they are going to do a restock for anybody that missed out. So there is a second chance to buy for anybody who has missed out, and hopefully when they do restock online, because JD are part of the group that do the merchandising, hopefully if you can't get it that way, you'll be able to get it like so if you've missed out, there's still a chance to get a shirt.
Incredible. Thank you very much. I'm going to put a little spanner in the works. I like it. I really do. But tell you what would have been better. The black kit, but you know, down the side, like the England away kit, to have claret and blue as like a little, like a piping or like an element of
like a past and present sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, just like a mix of the two. But yeah, I mean, as a kit, it makes a statement, doesn't it, of what the history is.
I wonder if
play in the kit. Or
yeah,
is
I was going to say.
Ooh, they haven't said, have they? They've just said a kit. So maybe.
I thought it was
wonder what the goalkeepers are going to wear as well.
Well, yeah, because they're in the black one, aren't they? Just everyone all black.
They just play rush goalie, don't you?
Yeah. Just someone in a black shirt. Get yourself in the goal. That's it. Oh, perfect. Thank you very much, everyone. Right. Yeah, so that was Villa's.
I do have a thought on the launch of it. Sorry,
Oh,
I just remembered. I like that they had both the women's and the men's team represented on the like launch of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And Emma, you even thought Erin Cuthbert was in the launch, didn't you?
No, it just looked like Erin Cuthbert, or Erin Cutlery, should we say, because that's what it said. That's what it portrayed itself as. But yeah, it did look like Erin Cuthbert.
She did. The blonde lady did look a bit like Erin Cuthbert.
I feel like they could have just turned the lighting up a tiny bit so you could see what was going on, but I get the mood.
Yeah, very, very dark.
Yeah. No, Completely
Have we
agree.
decided if the women that we're not sure who they are they ex-players or staff?
I feel
It's
like
Erin
she's
Cuthbert.
staff. I definitely recognise her.
I was on the edge of staff as well, but they haven't released a
Who's who?
yeah, who's who the video. Yeah, good. I did think Unai Emery was AI at one point because his opening image just didn't look right. I don't know if anyone else thought that, but then later on when they did the close-up, I was like, oh, okay, he was actually there. That's fine. Nick's in the chat. Good evening, Nick. We miss you. Sending our love as always. I'm not impressed. Obviously, on me, it's a black t-shirt.
They are doing women's sizes as well. Mine was a women's size,
very
so women's fits. So yeah, they have got women's fits.
Fantastic. It's what we like, a good mix. Because I saw Helen, who owns Vaudi's, saying that some kits are only going to come in the men's straight fit. And it's really hard to get some kits in the curved fit and the shorts as well. So it's either a good mix or either one or the other. It's I think everyone needs to come together and be like, right, kits are for everyone. We need to make sure there's all sizes and all bits and pieces. Lovely. Okay, so anything else about the kids? No?
No.
Good. Lovely. Sophie, then we're going to come back to you. So I know you just wanted a little something about Villa's media, or actually comparing it to what everyone else is putting out. Actually, we could do a lot more. So I'll let you get on your soapbox.
Yeah. To be fair, we're probably about equal with most of the clubs at the bottom end of the table from what I've seen so far. Like, realistically, like, I've not seen loads. I've seen a bit from Everton because they've got the new signings.
Yes.
And a bit from Liverpool with their new signings, but I haven't seen loads of like training photos or videos or interviews or anything. I think Liverpool, put out an interview with Sam Kerr, which, just to clarify, is the Scottish Sam Kerr and not the Australian one, which a lot of people seem to be confusing, especially people that don't really follow women's football.
I saw a tweet earlier that was like, Liverpool have just signed the greatest women's player ever. Why are people not talking about it? And everyone's like, because it's Scottish Sam Kerr. And as much as she's good, she's not the other Sam Kerr. So we just need to specify Scottish Sam Kerr, normal Sam Kerr.
But yeah, I would really like our media team to do more. I think it's important to connect in women's football. I think the connection with fans is maybe slightly different to in men's football. Like, people want to connect to the players in, I don't know, I'm not a men's football fan, so maybe
I have noticed that, see, from Robert got sacked, there's more posts actually going on, more training photos and stuff like that seem to be going up on the Instagram.
Yeah.
But that's about the only change that I've seen from the start of the year. Robert almost sort of seemed to have everything. It was almost closed door, but there's a lot more photos. But that's all we do. Other clubs are miles ahead.
We had a brief window in, I think, the last international break, and a few videos like pre-Christmas on like TikTok. But then you see like Man City, and they're pumping out so much content. They've got TikToks with all the players. They're asking them like silly little questions. They had an interview come out today with their managing director about like what the season looks like for them. And we probably don't have the budget of Man City. You look at Chelsea, they've stepped up recently. They've got a podcast with their players.
Yeah, that's doing really well, yeah.
They're pushing that, and they've got all their content. And their winter warm weather training camp looks like they all had a blast. And the coach was getting involved with the team and creating chaos. I think I saw a video of Charles dunking one of the other players in the pool for kicking water at her and stuff like that. Like, and we've not seen any of that this season. Pretty much. There's been very little.
I was just scrolling through Twitter while you were talking, and it literally, all it is just like a picture here, a picture there, and it's like the same captions over and over again. I'm very well aware, as you know, we all do social media and we all kind of promote, especially this podcast as well. But it's like you can mix it up and you can engage and you can, I don't know, just do a little bit more. That's all we're asking. You know, we're not asking for hour-long documentaries or proper vlogs or anything like that. But even like you were saying, like the silly little videos, or just like a couple of questions here and there, or a silly challenge, or
Who's most likely to lose their temper in training?
yeah, which we all know the answer, but it'd be nice to get their opinions as well. So yeah, so there's not much, and I think we were saying the other day as well. It's all like lots of old photos keep getting churned up, and yes, some are iconic, like, so we'll keep having them back, of course. But I don't know, it just seems to be something missing. I don't know. Has anyone else got any thoughts about social media compared to others, or are we happy? Or
I think it's just sort of highlighting, like you said, with Chelsea and Man City, and Arsenal, I suppose, as well. They have the biggest fan bases already, and then they also have they're doing the most to sort of increase that, and so it's just going to get like, if you were thinking about going to a Villa women's game and you hadn't been to one before, and then you thought, oh, I'll just go and sort of check it out before on any of the social media platforms before I go, I don't know that there's anything that like would sort of grab you if you were just sort of a casual.
yeah.
One of the like
go on.
best examples I can think from again, Man City, their contract extension videos for Lauren Hemp and Kirsten Kasperai were
Phenomenal.
both absolutely spot on to the players' personalities. Like Lauren Hemp's was her Lego. Kirsten Kasperai, they got her girlfriend in. They used the Defying Gravity, which is like
a current thing,
which is a like current trend. And they did an interview with Kirsten in the park with her cats, like and just like bits that really show the players. I think Kirsty Hansen did one with Hugo a couple of seasons ago now, I think. But we know we've got dogs on the team, like as in like players have pets that they bring into the ground.
Let's just specify. Yep. Players own
One of my highlights of Maz's vlog is her like little intro that she does with Dexy, like Rachel Daly's dog, like who's always at the training ground.
So at the end of this, are we just saying we want more dog content? Is that what this boils down to?
More player content, more pets content, like
everything content. Even if, I think, Emily, we were talking about this, would love like a mic'd training session. Because when England used to do it, and like Chelsea have done it recently as well, they just uploaded it an hour ago. Like that would be so much fun. And like, again, you want to see them having fun and interacting, and we like to see different sides of the team as well would be lovely. Because again, we've got a very small fan base compared to the others, haven't we? But if we're trying to attract more people, we need to be able to know where that content's kind of coming from, how we can interact as fans as well.
I think I saw London City Lionesses down in the Championship. They do a lot of content. They're quite good at their content. They were doing a survey about like what fans wanted from like the team, like what fans wanted to see from the club. And like it was like if you filled a survey and you either like, I think you could win tickets or win a shirt or something. Like, so I think that's like. I've not seen many other clubs that have like directly engaged and been like, what do you as fans want to see from the club?
Yeah, because it feels like a good social media presence, like know your audience, like know what they want, know how to really gauge their interest and kind of go from there. So yeah, is there anything that we haven't mentioned that anyone else would like to see?
I'd just like to say that that's the reason why things like this podcast is so important, to be able to get the views of fans over, you know, if as we build and as we grow and we get more followers and, you know, people start to interact and, you know, have their voice heard by us, that it's been proven before, there are people watching this podcast that are important people within Aston Villa. You know, they might not be following, but they're watching. And that has been proven in the past because of things that have happened. So, you know, as much as we can use channels like this to get the voice of the fans out there who knows who's going to be listening, and listening basically to what the fans are wanting, what the fans are needing, to help the women's game to grow, and just to, you know what I mean, to increase the following, basically.
Yeah,
so
definitely. Because even since we've started the podcast, our live people watching has tripled. So thank you to everyone who's watching live. We can see the numbers. We do really appreciate it. And yeah, every week as much as we can. We'll keep growing. We're here. And a lot of other loyal followers are joining us as well. And of course, we welcome all animals onto the podcast as well, because
we are inclusive.
we are so inclusive. We are.
Can I add one final point, Freya, before
go on then. I'll let you.
So one of the things I thought, I was like, oh, Man United look like they're putting loads of content out. And I realised it's not Man United that are putting loads of content out. They've just got a handful of players that are absolute chaos and are pumping their own content out across their social media. And I don't think we have the same personalities in our team as much. I know Izzy Goodwin is still an absolute character, but is no longer with us. It makes it look like we've got her and Rusha.
And again, just putting in there, she hasn't died. She's gone to London City Lionesses. she's no longer with us. But yeah, like those big personalities like her and like Rusha, and because of course we got Maz, of course. But
yeah, I was going to say even like Maz's vlogs, obviously, because I think she's been doing them slightly less this year, or less regularly.
Yeah, which is a shame.
But that was also another sort of good insight into just like the day-to-day and the off-pitch training side of stuff and everything else that goes on that's not the 90 minutes that we see them for.
Yeah, exactly. And again, it's not asking for a lot. It's just a little bit, just a little something. Just a notification, who have West Ham extended the loan for? Oh, Anouk Denton.
Denton, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Signed until 2028. So
Which
why
is a perfect segue there, Freya.
Thanks very much. It's almost like our planet. So we are going to do a little segment on transfer news then. So just to round up, who has gone where so far in the WSL? Because obviously we can't bring you any of our news. We have got. Oh, Emily, was that your little voice there?
Oh, I said I have no clue, so completely unhelpful.
Well, the easy answer for Villa is nothing has happened yet. We don't have a manager. We don't have any ins or outs.
Well, luckily for you lot, I've got a list of who's moved where so far. So, obviously, other teams know. Okay, so Liverpool, of course, Scottish Sam Kerr is officially joining on loan from Bayern Munich for the rest of the season. Everton, of course, making the best moves in this window so far. Now, they've recently been taken over by the Freakin Group. So new owners, new pot of money, which has been fantastic. And thankfully, because Brian Sorensen seems like one of the loveliest men on the planet. So I'm really, really happy for him. So they signed Kelly Gargo from FC Nantes for an undisclosed fee. That was on the 20th of December. So the window wasn't even open yet. And they were like, nope, we're signing her. They've got midfielder Emma Watson, not that one, from Man United on loan until the end of the season. They've got defender Martina Fernandez, who's Spanish under 23, on loan from Barcelona, of all places, until the end of the season. Hayley Ladd, of course. Do we all remember the TikTok that got released far too early and then had to be deleted? She has joined permanently from United, of course, because Wales have qualified for the Euros. She needs playing time. And there is a rumour that they're going to try and get Chloe Kelly for the rest of the season as well. And I mean, she's not getting minutes. It's right up the road. She's been there before. That would be incredible, wouldn't it?
Right up the road.
And I believe the rumours come from Tom Gary as well, who's quite reputable.
Friend of the pod, Tom Gary, yeah. I mean, if we're going to trust anyone, we're going to trust him. Elsewhere in the WSL, Manchester City, they've signed Rebecca Knock from FC Rosengard. Rumours of Alana Kennedy and Sandy McKeever leaving as they haven't been spotted in the warm weather training camps.
I was watching their interview they released earlier, and they've definitely signed someone else, and they're trying to sign a few more. So they've got more incomings to come in.
That's interesting. So watch the space. Yeah, because when Knock signed, it was McKeever's number, wasn't it? That she had on her shirt. Was it a 22?
Yes.
So that kind of sparked the rest of the rumours as well. So we'll keep you updated with that as and when we get it. Spurs have signed midfielder Olivia Holt, also from Rosengard. Who else? I think that's it for the WSL. There's been a couple of loans moving about. Hang on.
Chelsea seem to have pulled back a lot.
Yeah,
of
Chelsea
youngsters
recalled a
and
load
sent
of
them out.
They have. Bear with. So, Julia Bartel, Chelsea, has gone to Liverpool. We've got, hang on. So, Anouk Denton has extended hers with West Ham until 2028. Blackburn Rovers, Macy Settle has gone back from Everton. So, she's gone there on loan. Maddie Earle has been recalled by Arsenal. I believe first professional contract. Then we've got Amy Claypole of Chelsea has gone to Durham for the rest of the season. It's a lot of good talent going into the Championship.
West Ham have pulled someone back from loan
Shakira
because
Martinez.
they bought her, but because she didn't have enough game points to get into the country. Because you've got to have, I was looking into this because I'm a nerd, you've got to have so many appearances in leagues, and the leagues have to be weighted, which is what, I don't know. So they basically bought her, and then I think, was it the Dutch league or the German league she was playing in until she gained enough points to then clarify for the visa for playing in the UK.
That's exactly right. Well done. Yes, absolutely. Marseille. We've then got, Matt Beard's over the moon. He's having more signings. And I believe, Greta Humphreys has gone back to Charlton, again from Chelsea. So again,
Liverpool have got a Chelsea loan as well.
Is that
I can't remember the name. Yeah, it might be.
Yes, yeah. Again, Spanish youth squad as well. So there's a lot of youth on the move now. That's all the official stuff. I don't think I've missed anyone. Apologies if I have. When it comes to Villa, then, Lindsay, I'll come to you for this one. Now, we brought a lot of people in the summer, didn't we? However, we've had injuries and whatnot. Do you think that we will actually bring anyone in, or will this be a window to maybe consolidate contracts and that kind of thing? What do you think?
The way that things have been so far, I do think the latter, because we're not a big spending club per se. Like we do have moments when we buy and we invest, but we tend to also have times when we don't. We consolidate, and because we've had so many injuries, it's almost like we're going to have new players starting with us in when we start playing our games as of Sunday. So we will have some people that are like fresh signings, but it'd be nice to see more people through the door. Squad depth is always good. We don't want to be skeletal like we were under Carla, especially with injuries and fixture congestion. But with no manager, it's what's the draw to come to the club. There is no draw. So I think the first thing first is get the manager in, or decide on what they're doing about the manager, whether we're going to stay as we are or not first, and then look to invest and allow whoever the manager is to come in and put their stamp on, but not alienate the players like what happens at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, of course. Which again, we saw the knock-on effect, didn't we, of what happened there? Emma, have you got any thoughts what you'd like to see happening in this window?
I'd like us to get another centre back because as extra backup, especially considering we keep getting injuries within the centre backs, like it just seems to be a recurring theme. So I'd like to see that, but then I'd also like to see contracts to be extended, because as we were discussing last night, a lot of our starting 11 are running out of contract. I've said that in a really backwards manner, but they're like contracts are running out.
It's like they're running on a treadmill and it's coming to an end. Yeah. Now,
So
yeah,
it'd be nice to see people staying.
Yeah, and holding on. Oh yeah, go on.
With the centre backs, it does look like Lucy Parker and Rachel Corsie are both close to returning, which
exciting.
Gives us extra backup in centre back at least.
Yes. Yeah. And of course, we've got Jill Byings coming back. We haven't actually seen her yet, so she's technically a new sign-in. And yeah, hopefully we get some updates on Anne-Lee as well, because it feels like such a long time. Because again, that was the summer, wasn't it? When that all happened. Now I'm going to come to either Sophie or Emily. Do we know for definite who's out of contracts? I can remember a couple of names. I couldn't remember if anyone had a spreadsheet anywhere.
Emma might be best for. I think Emma had a list earlier. Was it?
Yes,
Emma had a list.
Yeah, I put it somewhere.
I can name a few. But I can't.
I don't have that information right now. Sometimes as well in women's football with the contracts, they're very vague about how long.
Yeah, because some of them are like plus.
But I think Rachel Daly and Kenza Darley are two off the top of my head that are through to 2025.
Yeah, there's loads of people. Sarah Mailing, Maz Pacheco. These are all in the summer, obviously. Daly, Darley, Dan Turner, Kirsty Hansen, although she's got a plus. She's got an option for a year. Actually, I think so is Kenza Darley. Jordan Nobbs, Rachel Corsie, Lucy Staniforth, Adriana Leon, Lucy Parker, although she's got an option, and Anna Lee. I think she might also have an option. So, loads.
We'll see the whole squad. That's mad. I didn't realise it was that many. I thought it was only a couple.
Did Jordan Nobbs have an extension, or has that already been triggered?
I think that was triggered last year.
Yeah, that was triggered last year.
Because I think, and the same with Lucy Staniforth, they triggered the extension in the summer for this current season.
Yeah, because I remember we talked about the actual announcement, didn't we, of the trigger just being like, yay, Jordan Nobbs is on for another season. Tracy, how does that feel knowing we've got that many players out of contract in the summer?
I suppose it depends on the rest of the season and how well we do or how bad we do, really, because that'll, some people might want to leave by choice, getting offers from other places, and they might want to leave. So, it is. I mean, it's scary, isn't it? Because we could have a completely new squad next season, by the sounds of it. But I'm just hoping that we can pull it together now and maybe want a lot of people to stick around and stick with us.
I hope so, because we've all just bought those player scarves, hasn't we? So,
and the calendar, that'd be out of date as well.
Is Dree's contract up as well? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd like some use out of my Dree scarf. So if she could just sign another year at least.
Just for Freya's scarf.
I am
no other reason.
Anna Patton signed through to?
I think next year, 26
rather than 25.
Yeah, and basically everyone else is the following year. So there isn't only the new signings from last summer have got anything longer.
Well,
like to see some contract extensions.
I hope so. Dear me. I hope.
Again, it's like we need a manager, though, isn't it? Because I don't think we'll even see any extensions in this January window unless they know sort of internally what's going on.
Yeah.
Quick question. Can I ask a question that I'm not sure of the answer of? So Sean at the moment is playing the role of manager. Is it possible that he could be staying if we say do really, really well in the next couple of games, and they're like, oh, okay, well, we seem to be doing all right. Has he got the qualifications? Has he got the coaching qualifications to stay on as manager?
I tried to look up if he had the coaching qualifications, I think, and I don't think I found anything. But if someone else can find something,
Look.
there's not a. It doesn't look like there's a centralized database where you can search. I think there is in the US, but in the UK, there's not like a database where you can search coaches and it brings up what license level they've got.
At the end of the day, if we're winning games and we're looking for a new manager, what's the point if we're doing all right with the interim manager that we've got? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
It's like with Arsenal. I think they've said they're close to finalising whatever they're doing, but I don't get why you wouldn't just stick with what if it's working.
exactly.
I think 2 games with him is not really enough to.
Oh, I know.
Get an idea.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's why I said, like, if in the next couple of games we win those and like we've played really, really well, like, would it not be worth thinking, oh well, hold on a minute, he's got the qualifications if he has, and let's just see him out till the end of the season.
I was going to say, I think it might make sense if they've not got anything this in January to wait until sort of summer.
Yeah, rather than like
to make a decision, rather
upset
than
everything again.
Yeah.
I can confirm he does have his UEFA A license.
Yeah.
So he's studied for his badges.
I think I don't know what the deal is with the WSL, because when I tried to look it up, I only found the older license, like the older like requirements. But I'm sure for head coaches they have to have a UEFA A in the WSL.
So at least he's got it.
Yeah. I think there must be some wiggle room, because Vidicic at Brighton has only got a UEFA B at the moment, but it says on the page like he's working towards his UEFA A.
So unless it's a bit like when you've got your provisional license, you need like a qualified driver with you. You need someone at the club with their A license to support you through it.
I think the NWSL rules is that you either have to have your A or you have to get it within 2 years of your appointment.
Oh, okay. Wait, his cat was
that was my cat. Sorry, he's real mad about everything right now.
It's because you're not paying him attention.
It's because I'm sat on where he likes to sit on the sofa, and normally I can like move around when he wants to sit there so that he can like fit in, but because I'm on the podcast I can't move as easily to let him fit in.
I mean, it'd be quite fun to just watch her just go backwards and forwards. And
where's Sophie gone? Oh,
yeah.
Earlier he was like sat on the table that's behind me, like chuntering at me, like he was just making these really disgruntled noises, and then he like figured out, and that's when he walked across the laptop to come sit down, because he wanted to get to where I was, but he couldn't get there. He couldn't figure it out, so he was just making angry chatters.
So really, it's like a brain training puzzle for him. So really, you're doing him a favour.
Yeah.
It's all good.
He has those for his food sometimes. The little like enrichment.
Yeah. Enrichment. It's a
He gets
CPD.
really mad at him, though.
It's good. Now, so that was so lots and lots of contracts. Hopefully, at least some players who are happy if they have those discussions with the club, what the club's going to be like. Hopefully, even a season extension. That we do keep some of those names.
I'd like to keep Rachel Daly for a longer. Yeah. She seems to have really like committed heart and soul to the club.
Yeah, true.
Or it comes across like that.
If Dree can stay forever, in fact, if all of them could just stay, that'd be great. I'd be more than happy with that.
I did wonder if we might see Georgia Mullet go out on loan.
Yeah, I thought that.
Because of how many, like, our forward line there's so many players. I can't see her getting minutes, which she needs.
Is Freya Gregory's contract up as well, or is she signed through to 26?
I think it's up. No, I think that's up as well. But they featured Georgia in some of the pictures that they have posted already, sort of preparing for the next match. She's featured in that, so presumably she'll she's not going anywhere in the next couple of days.
I mean, who knows at this point? Who knows? Because, of course, Sunday is well within the transfer window, so we might have players not here and then here and all over the place. So, yeah, watch the space, and as soon as we know anything, we will let everyone know. Anyone else want to talk about? No, not really. Right, okay.
This is not Villa related at all, but there's been so many weddings over the winter break.
Literally everyone, or like launches of relationships, which could be semi-unprofessional to talk about. But yeah, just all of the pictures, all of the weddings. It's been fantastic. There was just to show kind of the media. It was all of like the wedding pictures and the lovely stuff, and then there was a Daily Mail article. Is it the Mail or the Mirror? One of them. But it was the Australian one, and it was Katie McCabe and Caitlin Ford on the beach, and it was the sleaziest article you've ever read in your life. And it's like, oh, are we attracting this attention now? Really? Can't we just keep to the good stuff? So hopefully that kind of awful media stays away. But yeah, congratulations to everyone who did get married over the Christmas break, because it was Mark Thomas.
Sorry, one thing. Sorry, carry on.
What?
No, carry on.
I was just going to do a list of everyone that got married. So yeah,
you go for it. Go for it, Freya.
Okay, now I'm under pressure. Who else got married? Emily Van Egmond. That looked very nice. Everyone seemed to congregate together.
Lindsay Horan.
Mm-hmm.
Lindsay Horan, yes, of course. Sophie, who else?
Did you choose me?
I think it was. Sorry.
Hi, Lindsay.
I wasn't laughing at it.
Wait, what?
Sorry, my partner just got home from work, so I was waving over the top of the air.
We were talking about football at one point, weren't we? Yeah. Right, Tracy, you go. You go with what you were saying.
Listen, I was just going to change the subject completely, because I know we're in a transition. We're going on to something else in a moment. Can we just rewind back to the shirt? My curiosity was got the better of me, and I opened Rob, my husband's shirt, to see if the black was the same black.
Okay.
And it's not.
Oh.
So his is a men's fit.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's a lot darker. It probably doesn't show up very well on the screen, but I can confirm that the one that I got out of the packet, his one, the men's fit one, is a completely different. It's a lot more black than the one that I've got, which is a women's one. So I am going to go back to the shop tomorrow just to see if I picked up a dud, or to see if all the women's ones are a bit of a different colour. I might change it for a small men's.
Yeah. How bizarre that they're different.
How bizarre. It's like they thought, oh, we've come to the end of the roll. This bit's a little bit faded. Let's use it for the women's fit.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I will be taking a little trip back to the Villa store.
I was going to say, next week, watch this space. Tracy will give us all the lowdown of the colour matching, colour swatching of in the Villa store. Speaking of which, all of the little Villa things that people very kindly bought, the little baby I have is now getting to the end of the up to 1 month clause. So she may start to actually be able to get into them at some point. So maybe Villa pictures incoming at some point.
Got to start them young.
Well, you got to. I've also been bought loads of Sunderland stuff as well. So just rotate clubs, rotate. There was one.
Keep you warm.
I only heard half of that, Gary. What was that?
You don't want me to repeat it because you'll just have to edit it.
I mean, this is going out live, Gary, so it's a bit late.
Yeah. It kind of, you know me, it just sort of slips out and man, oh yeah, right enough.
Oh, Gary. I will say though, one of the Sunderland things I was bought, so because it's a little girl, one was from my cousin. It's the Sunderland strip, but it's got a black tutu on it. Not sure how I feel about that.
Because Freya, all babies are androgynous until they're like 12. So like you've got to make it super clear that it's a little girl. Like
It has to be pink and fluffy with tutus. Yes. Now I just found it really bizarre because it's like obviously the red and white, but then it's got like the black as like a tutu instead of like the black shorts of the kit. It's very bizarre. So yeah, I just thought I'd let you all know that was a bit of a frilly tutu going on in the Sunderland store for children. But yeah, again, pictures when she can fit them. So there we go. Right then, coming on to the final segment then of the pod. It's going to be the shortest podcast in the history of forever. It's going to be great, editing wise. We of course have a match this Sunday evening.
unless the ice rink that is the UK postpones it.
All that, yep. Because I was looking, I think I put in the chat earlier, it's not going to get above freezing until like after 9 o'clock in the morning. So depending on, because of course we're at the Bescot rather than Villa Park, and a lot of the matches, unless the women have got their own separate bigger stadium, are being played, I believe, at all of the smaller grounds. So yes, we might see a couple of postponements. So we have there's 2 games on Saturday, and then there's 14 games on Sunday. So what we'll do, we'll look at ours first. We'll have a look at the other matches and see if there's any good matchups there. Now we are playing, of course, at Bristol Rovers, who are in. Does anyone know what division Bristol Rovers are in?
Tier 3. Are they in the Northern Premier?
Not sure.
Oh.
It's Bristol, not Blackburn. I don't know why my brain was like North. Bristol is North. It's not at all.
They're not North. They are in the Women's National League Division 1 Southwest.
Is that 4th tier?
Yeah. So we've got WSL Championship, Premier Division North and South. They're 3. And then 4 is Division 1 Midlands South. Oh, God. Hang on. I've got it up somewhere because I knew I'd forget. So WSL Championship, Premier League North and South. Tier 4 is Division 1 Midlands, North, Southwest and Southeast. And then it goes into more regional divisions in Tier 5 after that. So yeah, so Tier 4. I mean, we should win. We should. A bit embarrassing if we don't. But just wanted to get some people's thoughts on the weekend. Gary, you looking forward to it?
I am. It'll be nice to see the football back. Unfortunately, I can't make the game this week, but it will be nice to see the players back out on the pitch and sort of doing what they do best. Hopefully, with it being Bristol, we could get a good win and a good confidence boost before we go into the league matches. Obviously, we'll have City and Chelsea, I think it is, coming up in the next couple of weeks as well. So, you know, any confidence we can get into the players between now and then is going to be very welcome.
Well, exactly, yeah. Do we think, Lindsay, do you think we'll see a good bit of rotation, or do you think we'll do, I don't know, what do you think the team's going to look like at the weekend?
I think it'd be nice to give those that haven't had minutes this season a run out to see whether they're at the level that we want them at for the WSL. So people like Georgia Mullet, see if you know we're happy with where we are with her, and does she need to go out on loan to get more minutes? And those are the people that we're bringing back from injury. So we don't know if she's back, but Annalise, like maybe give her some minutes. Like it'd be good to see everybody get on. But I think we do need to do rotation. We do need to rest some players, but to the same degree, we don't want to put out a team that's absolutely so far away from what our normal team is. So that when we get back to WSL, we're like, it's like we haven't had a warm-up game. So I think that we can use it as a warm-up game ready for hitting the next 2 games, which are going to be really big games. And they're not must-win games, but we need to be getting something out of those games. So I think it'd be really good to see as a mix of both, really. So it doesn't really answer the question, but it'd be nice to see a bit of rotation, but resting and just getting prepped for the next 2 games.
Yeah, I'd like to see everyone everywhere all at once. That's what we want for the weekend. Emily, how are you feeling about the weekend?
Yeah, I think like you said, we should win, and I think if we can win well, it's like a confidence boost because we play Everton, which again is a game that we need to win and we should be able to win. So if you can start the year off on the front foot, I think it will just set everything up nicely. But also, like you said, Lindsay, if you play a team that's doesn't really resemble how we're trying to play at all, doesn't really, and then by the time we do play Everton the following week, it'll have been over a month since any of them have played a competitive match. Our starting 11. So it's a tricky one. I would like to see if she's back and elite, or definitely, if not, Sophia Poor in goal.
Yeah, that's a really good shout. John's just put in the chat. Good evening to John. Walsall are playing at Bescott on Saturday, so it'll be interesting to see if it goes ahead. Yeah, of course, because with all the crap weather, that's going to be state of the pitch, of course, as well. Nick's put in the chat as well. I like to see Poor playing the cup. Yeah, because we haven't seen her, because again, she had a bit of an injury. We speculated. So again, just other people getting minutes and getting what they deserve. Tracy, how are you feeling for the weekend?
Yeah, looking forward to it. Hoping that it's a high goal scoring game in the right direction.
Yeah.
Should be. Yeah, it should be. So yeah, looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it. Feels like a long time since we've been to a live game.
I know.
15th of December.
Yeah, that long it's been mad. Yeah, because lots of people were like, "Oh, the women should play over Christmas," and it's like, no, they shouldn't. We've got enough injuries. Give them a break. Please do give them a break. Was someone trying to say something there? Sorry.
I said it was about a month, I think.
About a month. Okay. I didn't want to talk over you, Sophie. Thank you very much. Now, I thought I'd do give you all a bit of an overview of Bristol Rovers, just in case you didn't know much about them. Now, there's been, I don't know if anyone's looked into this, but there's been a bit of toing and froing between Bristol City, Bristol Rovers, what they've been called, and who they've been supported by, and when the funding was cut and all sorts. So this particular iteration of Bristol Rovers formed in 2019. Okay, they originally, it was 1998, and then the funding got So this team, 2019, and they're called the Gas Girls. Okay, that's their nickname. Ooh. I know. So let's have a look. Yeah, so Bristol Rovers launched their original women's team in 1998, and although were successful, the financial situation within the football club in the mid-2000s led to the funding for the women's team being cut and then being renamed Bristol Academy Women's Football Club in 2005, eventually being rebranded again as Bristol City in 2016. However, in 2019, after 14 years of Bristol Rovers Women disappearing, the name, not the football club, it was announced that a new team was being launched for the 1920 season, and they'd be playing in the Gloucestershire County Women's Football League. Now, this team played their first competitive match 8th of September 2019 against Abbey Mead Rovers and won 5-0. Let's have a look. So they also top of the league in their first season. However, the season was annulled because of that darn COVID. 2021, they were accepted for promotion to the Southwest Regional Women's Football League Division 1. And in February 2022, the club secured back-to-back promotions. And they clinched... Oh, that's development squad. Sorry. Because it was like... They went to the Gloucestershire County Women's League Division 2. And I was like, no, but they've already gone above that. What? So they were doing well. They had the back-to-back promotions. That was all good. That was fine. They then, let's have a look. They were denied promotion in the 22-23 season. The Gas Girls won their first cup competition as a club, lifting the Southwest Premier League Cup in May 23. So they've got a good history in the last couple of years. They've gone up 3 divisions. Yep. So as we said, they're now in the Southeast, Division 1 Southeast. And following this, it was announced that the club be brought under the same management as the men's team. And from the 24-25 season, they're going to be played at the Memorial Stadium, which I believe is also where the men play. So there we go. So they're doing very, very good things. Now,
I think Julie knows someone that plays at centre back for them. I feel like she said this at some point.
I feel like Julie knows someone from almost every team, every women's team.
Yeah, just
or has some connection.
She does. She's so well connected, Julie. We'll still need to get her on, don't we? We still need to get her on one week. But yeah, no, I remember saying that she knows some of the players. So hopefully, I don't know. We don't want to, offend that friend of Julie, of course. But we want the best possible match, don't we? So yeah, I think they'll give us a good fight. To be fair, they sound like quite a competitive team.
Do you remember?
We know why they're called the Gas Girls. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I will. My point is not relevant, and I will save it for after the podcast.
Oh, okay. They are called the Gas Girls in recognition of Bristol Rovers' unofficial nickname, the Gas. There you go.
Interesting.
Yes,
That's a rubbish nickname.
I know. I thought like Gas Girls were going to be like something like industrial and whatever.
So a flash dance-esque welding situation.
Yes, that's in fact a football kit. That's what they're going to come out as.
If Daly's on fire, this could be explosive.
Well done. Well done.
Gary.
I'll get my coat. It's okay.
When are you done? Don't worry, I don't have to kick you off. It's all good.
If it's anything like the game we played in the cup against Fylde a couple of years ago, there might be a Math Pacheco goal in there.
Oh, I missed that game. I'm so annoyed, but that was a good game.
I missed it.
I literally had to watch it on I had to watch the BBC live updates because I was doing stock take at work. It was awful.
What you were?
Do we know if this game's being streamed?
Probably
I think
not.
it is. I think it's because it's different cup, and it's FA.
Oh, it
I
is.
think they have a channel or something.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I think I read somewhere that all of them were being streamed, but that sounds a bit many. So
They're not still on the FA player, are they?
Something's
just
on the
about to
FA
say that.
player. Might be the FA.
Maybe.
Cup.
When's FA Cup
I'm actually really Villa used to stream their cup games last season because I know we paid for Villa TV because they were streaming it on Villa TV.
I watched the Sheffield one and the camera was like rubbish.
Yeah, but they've not done that this season, which is a real disappointment.
I think there's a mixture for this cup. Is there not? Some are FA player and some are on a YouTube channel, I think.
Oh,
yes.
possibly.
So, according to BBC, some games will be broadcast on the FA Cup YouTube channel and the FA player, with the BBC also hosting some games. So it's going to be a good mix.
I mean, we're not a big four, so we won't be on the BBC, right?
No, we're on YouTube and the FA player. There we go.
It's got a little cat. Sorry.
Oh, another cat.
She was having a wash and now now I've woken her up, so she's gone.
Another black and white cat. They're the best cats.
I had a black and white cat, Pepper.
This is Nola.
Very nice.
She's not happy. She wants to get down.
He's like, no, stop showing me off, human.
It's like, I was asleep and you've woken me. Why?
What are you doing? I can confirm only one match is on the BBC.
Is it
no.
Chelsea.
No. Fulham versus London City Lionesses.
Interesting.
Oh.
I know. And you know why they've chosen that one? Because Fulham are the lowest side left in the competition.
You know what? That's quite nice for lower ranked teams to get exposure.
I agree indeed. So let's do it. So on Saturday we have Brighton versus Durham, which I think will be a good one. That's on YouTube.
Isn't that the longest journey as well, or one of the longest journeys?
No. Exeter versus Sunderland.
Oh, blimey.
It's even longer.
Longest journey. The only one longer in this competition would have been Newcastle Exeter. I've got a few friends who are flying down because it's cheaper to get in the train, and then they're hiring a car, I think, because the stadium's in like the middle of nowhere, and then going to it that way. So yeah, Exeter versus Sunderland. I do have a list of all the fixtures that I can show you, so let me do that now. There we go. Right. So I would like you all to have a little look at this fixture list. Apart from Villa, which one looks like a really good matchup? And people in the chat as well, if you want to get involved, which match are you looking forward to seeing? So have a little look, have a little scan, and then...
I think Everton versus Spurs could be good because it's two WSL teams.
Oh, but we see that all the time.
I think
London Bees and Rugby Borough for the...
I was about to say, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
That means at least one smaller team is going to get through to the next round.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Even like Cheltenham Wolves as well.
Yeah.
For that
West
one.
Ham Liverpool could be tasty.
Could be.
Yeah.
Again, it's another WSL, isn't it?
Arsenal, Bristol City could, especially if Arsenal like rest players.
Yeah.
Be nice to see Everton and what they're doing at the moment in anticipation for our match with them next week as well. Just see what their form's like.
Yeah,
I
keep
think
an eye on them, yeah.
The Everton will put out against Spurs will be much closer to what they'll put out against us than what the team will put out against Bristol Rovers will probably be different to what we would play against Everton. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it would probably be quite useful to see how Everton play against Spurs.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely, yeah.
I agree.
The Crystal Palace Sheffield, I feel like Sheffield United will probably have a little bit to prove.
I was about to say that, yeah.
Yeah.
With Sheffield, with Palace having been promoted.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, again, John in the chat, thank you very much. Newcastle Forest, because again, when I made this, it was still to be decided. It was Nottingham versus Burnley, and I believe went to extra time for Forest to make it. So that was only played last night, I believe. So yes, so Newcastle versus Nottingham Forest as well. I think that'll be a really good one because Forest are essentially a championship team. Like they should be up there.
Is Nottingham Forest where Remy Allen's currently coaching?
Yeah.
Her partner, yeah, Carly.
Her partner.
Davis.
She's at Southampton. That's what I just had to Google it.
Yeah, so Remy's at Southampton, Carly's at Nottingham Forest, yeah. She's doing a fantastic job as well. Of course, Exeter Sunderland. I think that should be a very, very good one. If they're not too tired, of course, for that one. But again, Man City Ipswich Town. I know the logo's kind of hiding it, but yeah, Man City Ipswich. That should be a good one. I mean, for the players, that experience is going to be incredible, isn't it?
Also, the Chelsea Charlton one, because obviously Chelsea feels like it was ages ago, but Chelsea didn't play great, did they? In their last game?
Oh yeah, they drew with Leicester.
Yeah, and they couldn't seem to find the back of the net. And like Charlton, like especially again, like with Arsenal, if Chelsea don't necessarily start their first team, which I assume they won't, it'll be interesting to see how well Charlton can sort of stand up to them.
Yeah, because we know as well what Charlton can do. And again, it's a free shot against Chelsea, isn't it? For them to come into it. Has anyone got any final thoughts? What they're looking forward to this weekend?
Football being back because it feels like it's been forever.
I love that it was just football. Bring the football back. That's all we want. And true, yeah. So yeah, I unfortunately can't make it this Sunday. Probably come back to matches end of January, February time. So I will have about 5 devices all set up watching all of the matches in live time. Yeah, that works. That works.
Looking after your baby, obviously, at the same time.
Yeah, she's in one arm. I don't need my eyes for that. That's there's back and forth between me and Georgie. It'll be fun. Apparently, it's very cute. Georgie has this on downstairs, and when she can hear my voice, she turns to the TV. So yeah, super baby. It's great. Yeah, she's already doing things that she should not be doing at 4 weeks old. It's very bizarre, but we're looking forward to it. Right then, I believe that is everything I had scheduled to talk about. Is there anything else anyone wanted to bring to the table before we wrap up? Sophie's shaking her head. What?
Just very quickly. So obviously, on the 18th, we've got Everton away.
Yes.
Fan club are running a coach. Don't think the club are actually running one this time. It was advertised that they were, but it doesn't seem that they are. So if anybody wants a place on the coach, we still have spaces. £23 for adults and £13 for under 16s. If you're travelling from down south and you want to cut out a bit of driving time, or you want to add to your match day experience, come and have a little bit of a coach trip with us on Saturday the 18th. Saturday the 18th. Yeah, Saturday the 18th. Yeah, so just send me a message on Facebook, or comment on this podcast if you want, and I'm sure Freya will get that to me at some point.
Yeah, I'll think about it if any comments come through. But yes, of course, there is always fan club travel available. Obviously, first come, first serve, of course. But where we can, of course, Tracy, there's always room, isn't there, for new people to.
Always room. We're always really welcoming to everybody. Come and have a great day out with us.
I do apologise. There we go. I was trying to be a bit sneaky, and because I was going to put up the socials picture, but then I realised it's not the new one with blue sky on it. So I was trying to upload that one, but instead. So I'm just going to have to ad lib. It's going to go perfectly fine. It's great. So thank you very much for everyone who has watched, listened, subscribed so far. Remember, if you haven't subscribed so far, come and join us here when it loads. I have clicked it. Hang on. Wait. Right. So, and I'll put us all back on the corner because everyone still wants to see our faces. Ta-da! There we go. Right. So, you can find us again across all platforms, and even more than I've got on the graphic because this is an old one. So for those people who don't know, we are part of the Pride. We are a collaboration between the Hull 115 Yards and the Aston Villa Women Fan Club, and you can find us across all socials, like I said, on the following. So on TikTok, you can find us at the Hull 115 Yards or at AVW_fan club. On Instagram, we are at Part of the Pride Pod or AVW_fan club. And on Twitter, we are Part Pride Pod as well. And on Blue Sky, which is brand new, we are essentially Part of the Pride Pod. I am just double checking. So I don't want to give you stuff information. Yeah, we are Part of the Pride Pod.bsky.social. So please do come along here. I did say as well, so thank you to everyone who followed us straight away, that I would give a shout out to the first 10 people who followed us on social media. So get ready, everyone. We're coming back. Oh, you're letting us down. What is that? There we go. Right. So first 10 people to follow us, me not included, our friends at Shades of Blue Network. Thank you very much. AVW Fan Club. Hey, we're on Blue Sky as well. Give them a follow. We've also got, hey, who else? Oh, we had loads. AVFC Scout, Mr. Samwells. Emma, you were one of them as well. Thank you very much. Dunk Ref.
I've been waiting a week for that.
I had to do it for you. Becky as well, who's normally in the chat. Thank you very much. Stitchos83, our Julie we were talking about. Thank you very much. Sean AVSC, Harry the Villain, Achtung Villa, Danny, Fire Missiles, and our friends at the same game as well, and so many more. And also, Fantasy WSL followed us back. So there we go. So we're famous. So there we go. So yes, thank you to everyone who gets involved. We absolutely love it. So come and join us if you haven't already. We will be back next Thursday at 8 o'clock. Got the day and the time right, guys. Well done, mate. And we'll hopefully be able to bring you so much more transfer news, or at least